figurative alchemy in the sense of creating gold, whether it's spiritual or psychological, emotional, out of the sources of our seeming challenges, and then just seeing it all across our Jewish tradition. And I think when you look at the sources of creation, for example, the Mishkan, the tabernacle, which is like this ultimate kind of collective art project, which has, you see there's an engagement of the lawless forces, but in a directed way. The forces that often could be considered antithetical to spirituality, they're actually, and actually in the text, in the Bible, it seems like those are the forces that led us to the golden calf. Those get channeled in a calmer way, a way that is directed to the ultimate creator, artist. And so those forces and energies get engaged. And you see the language around the construction of the Mishkan, cheshek, kesef, those are words for lust, silver, chishukim, some kind of bearings or something in the construction. It's a lustful language that gets directed back to its source, I think.
Shittim and shtus and
yeah.
The word for shit. I don't think there's any accident the modern word for shit is related to shtus and shtut. There was foul-smelling herbs in the Ketoret, right?
Ketoret,
that's the whole,
which
yeah.
is like,
but they were subdued.
Right, and so in the Kabbalah, the Ketoret is, the incense is all about raising sparks from the fallen places. Also, the women who brought the mirrors that they for the basin, or the basin in the Mishkan, it was constructed from the mirrors that the women used to awaken their husbands, arouse their husbands when their husbands were in slavery and exhausted, etc., etc. So I think it's that fertile place that that is the place of creation, and I think it also gives vitality to spirituality.
Well, it's a reconnection. It's a reminder of the truth that I want to express in my everyday life, and that I forget with the busyness of everyday life. You know. And when I sit down and try to be creative, and I play music and start writing lyrics, and I'm reminded of what I'm here for, and of the truth of the world. So creativity, to me, music especially, is a gift. It's an anchor that keeps pulling me back to what it means to be human, and what it means to realign yourself with something more noble than this physical world, more eternal. Yeah. I think David HaMelech probably embodied Jewish creativity the strongest. Creativity is basically, in a general concept, connecting yourself with something that is above you and outside of you. And so when you put it into a Jewish context, I think that it's really it's a concept of connecting yourself to something that is eternal and truthful. Someone asked Bob Marley where his songs come from, where he gets inspiration from, and he says my songs come from Jah. You know, inspiration just comes out from nowhere. I've had that experience before, where you're just playing something, and all of a sudden just something comes to you, and I don't even know where that came from. It comes from some Atzilut space, you know, beyond our comprehension. But then there's the other times where you have to sit there and you have to think about what's going on, you know, like you have to sit and pound it out and break your teeth over something until it comes out right. So I don't know, I guess there's two different ways that you can approach it. Maybe in essence, Jewish creativity is connected to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and in essence, Jewish creativity is an expression of God's mission for the Jewish people, which is to bring an idea of truth, and that truth is something to be pursued over falsehood. This is a very Jewish concept, and I think that in essence, Jewish creativity is perhaps tied to that. At least, when I'm being creative, I feel like that's my mission, I don't think it's my mission to be singing about Shtuyot. I think that it's my mission to try to grab onto something deeper and more eternal and true, And that's why I feel like that's the cream and butter of creativity. That's the purpose of it. Well, it's healing and replenishing. I think it reminds us of our humanity. It reminds us of our purpose. It reminds us of our place in the world and our potential. It reminds us of our potential. And our goal, to heal the world, to dispel the darkness with a little bit of light, or a lot of bit of light, hopefully.